Welcome back, everyone, to Modern on Magic Online. A bit of a change from Standard on Arena, but here we are. And playing a pretty sweet deck today. Never played this one before, but the vibes are impeccable. Excited to get in some games. It's a deck built around Birthing Ritual as a value engine, weirdly enough. Birthing Ritual, for those who don't know, how do I make... Apparently I just can't make big versions of the card pop up. Birthing Ritual lets you look at the top bunch of cards in your library and sack a creature to grab a more expensive creature. Notably, this lets you turn your Coiling Oracles, Ice Vanquattles, and Fibblefips into Abhorrent Oculi, or suddenly there's a Harbinger in play. And such nonsense. Very, very sweet. Get out. This is like the new way to cheat Oculus into play in the format. Which is really sick. It's something people were already doing with Unearth. But this is just a more efficient and powerful and consistent way of doing it. On top of that, it turns into a card advantage engine, so you can turn your Coiling Oracle into another Coiling Oracle and draw a card in the process, which is really, really cool. We also have Shardless Agent as a way to help dig for Birthing Rituals. Just lots of cool stuff going on in this deck. We just have a lot of pitch spells and subtlety and Force of Negation and Flare of Denial because we generate so much card advantage with a single Birthing Ritual that we can afford to give up a lot of cards to stop our opponent doing things. Deck seems like a blast. I've always been a little bit envious when I play against it. I'm excited to get in some games, and you better believe we're going to draw some cards. Mulligan. This one's pretty nice. I want to get rid of Shardless. Partly because I've seen that my opponent's most recently been playing Amulet Titan. That's honestly a big contributing factor. Feel like Harbinger is good against that deck. Hottest of takes. Me getting wrecked. Wait, what? What does Hallowed Fountain Expedition map mean? Eldrazi or Lotus Field? I suppose so. Is Lotus Field a thing? In times long past, it would mean blue-white Tron, but unsubtly. Yeah, the card's named to Unsubtlety if you reveal it to your Coiling Oracle. Hey, Malamet. Deserted Temple? Okay, it's Lotus Field. I kinda want to play Birthing Ritual first. Is that bad? We have Subtlety plus Force to protect us. Birthing Ritual speeds up our clock by a lot. And if we play out the Harbinger now, it means they don't have to sack any lands to the initial trigger. Ritual can also just find us a Harbinger. Yeah, we do have one left, that's true. Our actual 6 2-drops on top. That's kind of wild. Anyway, let's draw 2 cards. Well, they don't even crack the map. Fascinating. Alright, they get to untap, have 3 mana this turn. I guess we get to hope that we don't die. Psychic Puppetry. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go look up a list. See what I meant to force of negation. Oh, there are no lists on goldfish. I mean, that's encouraging. Wondering if I meant to force this or not. Obviously, they could just have another twiddle in hand. Feel like this is the thing to force? Yeah. I was kind of wondering if I was meant to force their, like, payoff, you know? This is probably reasonable enough. Alright, well, that worked out beautifully. Play this main deck Harbinger. Turn our Fibblefip into a Fibblefip. Phenomenal stuff. Is he more or less lost now? An excellent question. Obviously, I could cast an Oculus. I kind of feel like going for Oracle plus Birthing Ritual is actually way better. Because there's a chance we find an Oculus anyway. And really, I feel like I'm pretty keen to dig towards more like Force of Negation-y stuff. So, hey, what do you know? Ordered. Yeah, second Ritual is nice. Sack this, find second Harbinger. Sack this, find Oculus. Now we have 13 power in play. Yep. Very nice game. Don't really know what opponent's up to. I guess we're going to bring in third Harbinger. Third Force of Negation. I've not seen much of that deck. I assume these dismembers are bad. I assume these endurances are worse than having blue cards. And subtleties are probably worse than disputes. Let's do this. When you're supposed to force the Wandering. I'm kind of glad I mostly missed out on the Wandering matter. I wasn't playing much Modern at the time. Alright. This is certainly a keep. Cameo. I kind of want to subtlety that. I feel like I don't need all the cards in my hand anyway. I get rid of Shardless. Let me see. Rude. Yeah, understandable. Well, they found some card draw. It looks like they're playing a completely different deck this game. It's quite funny. My kingdom for a Twisted Image. I do love Twisted Image. Right, get to Harbinger post Lotus Field. Oh no, it's all about Twisted Image on Tireless Drive. Let's go. On Exarch for lethal. Oof. Would this be the most unhinged Flare of Denial ever? I kind of just don't want them finding second land. I mean, I wouldn't say I was clearly winning this game, but we'll take it. Opponent was just fed up. I will be mulliganing. Might be mulliganing again. That doesn't seem like it does very much. Well, this is potential. Misty Rainforest, huh? Don't tell me. Don't tell me this is a mirror. No! Oh no! Wait. Since when does Titan have fetch lands in it? What's going on? Summoner's Pact fetch lands. Oh, it's Neoform. Right. We worked it out. Oh, that's a good card. Death of Simic has been greatly exaggerated, indeed. Genesis. I mean, this is fine. I assume we're just meant to flare the Allosaurus, right? Or flare the thing sacking it. I guess we flare the thing sacking it. Oh yeah, Surveil lands are fine in Titan. It's more the fetch land thing. I'm like reasonably certain Titan doesn't play those. But yeah, it's definitely Neoform, 100%. Well, there is the Allosaurus. Oh, Birthing Ritual. Some of these decks play Birthing Ritual. So if I don't counter the Allosaurus, and there's a Birthing Ritual cast, I then have to counter Birthing Ritual. But then I can just sink the Allosaurus, which is fine. I guess I don't care. Alright, please don't have Pact of Negation, my friend. Nice. Well, the game continues. But not for much longer. Am I ever meant to turn Oculus into an Oculus? Just to get a card in my yard? Probably not. Okay. Attack for 7. Say go. Yeah, exactly, Scooter. I mean, it's also putting an Oculus in the yard is fuel for if we draw another Oculus. I don't know how often that ever matters, though. Alright, well, that was reasonably non-threatening. The Neobrand. We apparently take out Shardlesses. Endurances. Bring in 2 consigns. Spawn free dispute. Surprised we don't want more consigns over the final 2 Harbingers. Maybe Harbinger just gets them sometimes, but I'm gonna go look at a deck list real quick. Neo Brand. They're gonna be brought in their own mystical disputes. I mean, Eldritch is double green, so I guess you shut off double green. with Harbinger. You also force your opponent to fetch forest. Sometimes they just won't. Yes, Harbinger is just fine. What's the target for Consign? I believe the theory is you target, like, the Atraxa or Galta trigger. Notably, it's not very good against Grizzlebrand. I kind of just want, like, max Harbingers. Because I assume Marcy's just meant to play around Consign anyway by grabbing Grizzlebrand. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but sound seems nice. As long as we don't get turn 2'd of Pact backup. No Stern Scolding could ever be. Notably, Stern Scolding would help keep us alive here. Oh wait, I guess it wouldn't. It would become a free. Never mind, I'm being very silly. Not reading my cards adequately. Sigh. No, how dare I only have one counterspell? What a fool I am. Well, need Marcy not to find a Consign, I guess. The deck play an island. It does, and that's sad. And a breeding pool. Seiju Dream has disappeared. Oh. No Consign, please. Oh, that one's way worse than Consign. Let's go. Alright. I guess I'm keeping this. Flooded Strand, okay. Could be most anything. Even Jeskai, apparently. Maybe Boros. So. I guess Boros is going to prioritize white fetches, right? Because of Blood Moon. Well, I believe I'm legally obligated to subtlety this. In that it is unbeatable. And turns off subtlety. Well, subtlety's been so good for me. I almost want more copies. I don't know. It's so sick. They put voice on the bottom. All right. Hey, what do you know? We were just talking about you, friend. Cool. Oh, we don't have blue mana anymore. Huh. Kind of interesting. Okay. I think it's fine. But we're going, we don't need blue mana. Wow, how are there no creatures? That's so sad. What are the odds? Oh, if we find a Harbinger, doesn't that mean we then gain blue mana? On a funny note. All the mountains become islands. I feel like not hating a creature there might have just lost us the game. Now they can just kill the Coiling Oracle. Alright, good news is we can subtlety this. Probably pitching Coiling Oracle, I guess. Now, if they don't have specifically Static Prism, we get to keep playing the game. God damn it. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Really scared for a moment there. Well, see if we can find a Harbinger or an Oculus or something. Or Fibblefip? Okay. Flare is kind of awful. Because we lose our only creature. They put Flage on top. So then they now get to Flage. Like Blood Moon is not a very good card against our deck, but I sure am losing to it. Why not cast Agent there? Because Agent does not cost red mana. Primarily. No. I think I have to flare this, right? I'm losing my Fibble Flip anyway. Scream. This game is so sad. Bombardment seems utterly unbeatable, yeah. I do agree. Alright. Game 2. So we're against Boros Energy. Apparently we meant to take out Fibblefip. And Harbinger. And bring in Stern Scolding. You know, I kind of want to just have another Harbinger in over one of these Shardlesses. Harbinger is pretty reasonable. Shardless gets worse when we're brought in Stern. I assume I meant to keep that. It's not like thrilling. Alright, I hope they tap out so we can go coatl into Birthing Ritual here. Hey, what do you know? Notably, that card is terrifying, but we do get one shot at finding an Oculus or Harbinger. What do you know? Excellent stuff. This blue-green deck is like very good at making the opponent just not play the game sometimes. We're about to subtlety their turn free play. They will just have like taken 0 meaningful game actions all game long. Indeed. Oop. So you have to turn this face up, right, instead of casting second ritual. Otherwise we don't have any fodder to sack. Lol Lamau. Maybe I'm not meant to show them Harbinger here. It might make them play around it in the future. The fact that they see it here. Second Oculus was probably just as unbeatable, right? Get him. I can take the Harbingers out. I kind of think the Harbingers are just good against my opponent. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Turns off Arena of Glory as well as messing with their mana base. Yeah, they're incentivized to fetch basics. But they mainly fetch basic planes. You can cut them off red mana sometimes. And it turns off Arena of Glory all the time, which is one of their better cards. I'm in a lot of danger this game. Oh, maybe they just don't have second land though. That would be encouraging. All right, please no lightning. Oh, damn it. Yeah, harness lightning, galvanic discharge, same thing. Y'all knew what I meant. I am so dead. Great. Yep. Good stuff. Oh. Huh. I can, like, stop them having mana. Though notably, I would have to trade with the Ragavan then. And then they get their mana back. But then they don't get to attack with Pride. Battle plus Scolding. Then they just sack the Pride and kill the Coatl. Right? Isn't Pride the better card? The Ragavan is giving them mana when they're stuck on one land. Yeah, if I cast Harbinger and they attack with Pride, they force the trade. Right. Oh, they can even trade the Ragavan with the Harbinger if they want and keep the Pride around and start making tokens to kill all my other stuff. I think I'm literally dead. I think I'm in the hard luck right now. I think there is no getting out of this. I guess I'd say go. I think Harbinger is actually worse than Coatl here. Because Harbinger just trades with the creature they care about least, and Coatl's gonna do the same. On Earth. Even Charm. Every time this gets cast against me in Modern, I get so surprised. Yeah, I guess I'm just dead. This matchup does feel less apocalyptically bad than Prowess and the other one we played against earlier, but it still feels pretty bad. Or was it? It was Prowess and Affinity. I suppose I'll keep this. That is a land, but it's not another blue source, so I think I get rid of it. Oh, Zoo. Fascinating. I guess I'm probably gonna subtlety that, huh? Oh, these endurances are so heinous. Why are there two endurances in the main deck? I can't figure it out. Is it just for Gorios? Having non-blue cards feels so bad. Oh, maybe I'm just meant to dismember the Scion. Maybe that was bad, actually. Because now if I draw a Ritual, I don't have anything to sack to it. Alright, now we end the game. Very good. Psycho Trilands with snow types and land types. I feel like that would be a little bit broken. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe Modern's far beyond the point of calling anything all that broken. That's that mundane. Right, Harbinger time. Let's go. Nice islands. Zoo. So, according to the guide, Harbinger, Force of Vigor, Consign. Take out Force of Negations, Fibble, Fip, and a Shardless. Well, seems pretty reasonable, I guess. I'm not sure I really get... Oh, the Consigns hit Leyline Binding, I guess. And Scion. Curious. Alright. Wait, why do we still have the Endurances in? Is it just for Flage? Right. We'll just play the island. I want Misty to fetch Forest. I don't really want to shock myself if I don't have to. But I also want to be able to counter Scion. Doorkeeper Thrall. Oh, that card's unbeatable. Alright, cool. I suppose so. Chat, I assume Harbinger beats Leyline of the Guild Pact, right? If they have a basic, no. Okay, that makes sense. Well, let's beatdowns begin. No! God damn it. Ah. It is indeed Baleful Strix. You love to see it. Is Doorkeeper Thrall disappearing? Apparently not. A lot of draws here that can just ruin us. It must be said. That is not exactly one of them. We're both drawing about as well as each other. Here I was criticizing Endurance. I didn't realize Endurance is a 0 mana free for. I see. They hit Fibblefip? Come on. That's so rude. Oh, it doesn't trigger though. It's just a blocker. That's still pretty rude. That card seems strong, I will say. Seems stronger than every card that's been played this entire game combined. No ETB. So true. So true. This is a little rude. At least they have that treasure. Alright, 3 and 1. This hand could be anything. I don't know if I'm allowed to keep this hand. It has no 0 mana counters. Maybe that's disqualifying on 7. Maybe this is the sort of hand you're really happy to keep on like 5 or 6. But it's like kind of just awful on 7 because it's just so mopey and slow. I think I actually agree with myself on this. I think this is like a snap mole. I regret keeping it. No 0 mana counters, no birthing ritual. Just like, what's the upside, you know? No, why? I think I agree. Yeah. Maybe we hope to eat this with the coatl. Maybe we hope my opponent is very silly. Quarry Steelcutter. That is by the wide margin the card I was most scared of. If they just done a slick shot, I'd be feeling pretty chill. We get subtlety it, maybe block Drasy. Instead, I am dead. Okay, we do get to block Darcy at least. No, we don't. Damn it. Opponent has played Knifey Spoony before. Opponent not silly. Unfortunately, it would appear to be that way. Alright, let's find an Oculus. 33% to hit Birthing Ritual. Please. Or Coiling Oracle. I mean, that's similarly powerful, I'm sure. It's kind of wild. If that deck didn't have Quarry Steelcutter, I would only feel like slightly unfavored, I think. Specifically, Quarry Steelcutter is so hard to beat, though. So much scarier than every other card in that deck. Maybe they don't have a land. We should be so lucky. Damn, we were not so lucky. Yep. Pretty strong. Birthing Ritual. Off the top. Nah. Alright, whatever. I don't know. I guess I meant to make them play it out. It just feels so likely that they actually have literally anything. It sure does qualify as literally anything. I can't be bothered to make to wait. I'm just dead. I'm just not beating anything from there. Ah, boy. Prowess. 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 We take out Harbingers and Shardless. We bring in these fine cards. Alright, game 2. Notably, I should have mulliganed that game. Maybe a stronger hand could have got there. Well, certainly mulligan. This is a very sad keep. I say very sad. It's like fine. Wish I had a Force of Negation, but Coiling Oracle and Shardless is pretty reasonable. Am I even meant to subtlety this? I guess I can see what my Surveyor is first. Flare. Alright, I guess so. Losing my third land for Shardless hurts. But going subtlety into Flare is really gonna slow them down. I guess they get to know about the Flare because of the bauble. Makes it a little bit less impactful. Birthing Ritual. So... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, the Swift Spear definitely resolves. Oh, do they just not have a land? That would be amazing for me. Excellent stuff. We might be about to do the impossible, aka win a game against Prowess. Can we repeat this fearsome feat in the next game? Find out soon. Probably shouldn't count my chickens before they hatch. I think it's pretty reasonable for me to feel good about this one. Alright. Well, see what we hit. Better be good. Yeah, it qualifies. Now we almost certainly get to resolve a buffing ritual trigger this turn, by the looks of things. I can only answer one of these. Yep, they answer the one that draws a card, makes sense. Then we find an Oculus, very skillfully. Hey, what do you know? I did the thing. They don't have Unholy Heat on yet either. Tough question of how much I am meant to block here. God, if I actually lose this game, I'm gonna be so grumpy. There's no shot, right? There's no chance. God, they have Unholy Heat? Oh no. Oh, God. I'm actually gonna lose this game. I'm so upset. I thought we were gonna beat Prowess for like the first time ever. Yeah, apparently not. Apparently not. Oh boy. What a strange deck. I'm not used to playing decks that have like 80-20 matchups in either direction. Like, obviously, apparently this deck is like 80% against Titan. Seemingly it is like 20% against Prowess. Alas. I guess we went 5-5 today. I feel like we've ran pretty poorly on matchups. Looking at this sideboard guide, apparently Titan matchup is unlosable. And the Chant matchup is unlosable, and then Nearbrand, Jeskai, Esper Blink, Eldrazi, Tron, and Domain are already favorable. We did face 2 of those, to be fair. Unsure how to feel. Deck is definitely very sweet. Yeah, we played against Nonsense too, true. 2 of the wins were from Nonsense. I don't know. I need to give it a think. I might head off a little bit early just because I don't really want to fire